All right, guys and girls. So before we kick off the video, number one, huge shout out to Eric. Eric's Everything Auto. He hit 1,000 subscribers, and it's because of you guys. You guys support me, which I can't. Money isn't everything sometimes. Sometimes support means a lot more than money will ever do. I know he enjoys doing YouTube videos. I'm going to do my best to make sure he stays with consistent content, and I'm going to probably give him some of my bloopers and some of my outtakes that I don't take. Some of the goofy stuff I put in to some videos, I might give to him to toss into some of his footage. That way he can kind of have some funny stuff that we do at the shop going on. I think in the next video, you'll see us goofing around a little bit. But stuff like that, I might give to him so he can actually put in his content. My channel, for some reason, I do it a little bit more serious. And I think that's only because of my children. I don't want my children to see like some of the goofy things that we do in the garage as men. We can be kind of silly sometimes, and you guys all know it too, as men or women. You guys know we goof around sometimes, and some things I just don't put in there for the kids. But anyway, huge shout out. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for supporting me, supporting him, because again, money isn't everything, and I wanted to go ahead and for the things that he does beyond what you guys see on camera, I wanted to show him my appreciation. So I did take the week and just dedicate to getting him to 1,000 subscribers. So again, if you guys want to keep subscribing, first link in the description down below. The other thing I wanted to say is huge shout out to Rough Country for helping me do this build. You'll see front to back, Rough Country doesn't actually offer a lift kit for the Denali, and you'll see why. I don't think I released it in this video, but I will release a video of how to make this kit fit on your Denali. But for right now, we're gonna roll the footage and then look for the video in probably 2 weeks. I want to drive this thing a lot more. I only have like 400 miles on it as of right now. I've been driving it since I believe Wednesday or Tuesday. It's now Sunday. I put like 340 miles on it this weekend driving it around. I don't seem to be having any issues right now, but I want to make sure that we're good before I go ahead and say, yes, if you have a Denali, go ahead and purchase this kit. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for listening to me talk for the first 2 minutes. Roll the footage.
Whew, the comment section in the last video is on fire. The amount of butt hurt because I did the front end first, and I did post that I was squatting it, which, I mean, technically it's squatted here, but everybody got super butt hurt and said, no, this isn't the way to do it. I'm unsubscribing. Blah, blah, blah. It's just unreal, guys. You guys should know by now. Well, if you're new to it, I understand why you don't understand it. But I've done this video with just about every single build that I've done. The Yukon, the Urban Bourbon, I think the Avalanche even. I raked the Jeep over here. I did it backwards. I kept the nose down and the back end up. But man, oh day. This is a process, guys. I do try to do it to make a little money and to have a little fun. Obviously, I wanted to get pictures of it like this because you knew it wasn't going to stay like this long. But I guess some of the people that skipped out of town, I guess they deserve to be out of town, and that's okay with me. So good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, I am Senate Steve, and as you've seen in my last video, we went ahead and paired up with Rough Country on another build here, and we did a 7-inch coilover vertex suspension lift on the front of this thing. And obviously, if we've seen the video prior to that, we went ahead and got 24x14s with some poke. We are going to poke, and I absolutely love it, and I'm okay with it. Now, granted, it is my decision to drive it like this. I do know I'll probably get stopped for this, but I don't really plan on driving this too often. But Diesel's getting some loving today. He's definitely super lovey today. He's been all over me. But without further ado, guys and girls, we're going to go ahead and start doing the rear. As you guys do know, we did have everything powder coated. Like, he's literally following me hard tonight. But we got everything powder coated. Let's just get it jacked up and get started. You would think, as cold as it is, I guess I should turn down my Pandora here, but you would think as cold as it is that he would want to be by the fire pit, but no, he likes laying out in the middle of the floor. So what I did is I went ahead and started disconnecting everything. I don't know when the GoPro died, but when I went over there, it was dead. So I went ahead and disconnected the rear shocks. We are going to continue to use the rear air shocks, so we're not going to discard them. I disconnected the sway bar. As you can see, the end links laying over here on the floor. I've removed all the brake lines so that we don't have any snags. ABS, I went ahead and removed that so we have some slack. And then on this kit, we're actually going to go ahead and do a lower control arm or a rear control arm drop bracket as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking these out. I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys the progress that I'm making. And I'm excited. I'm really excited about this one. I know I say that about a lot, but this one I am super excited about. So let's keep plugging and chugging. Before my copyright kicks on, but these are going to be the arms for the drop bracket in the rear. They're basically gonna go right here and then drop these lower control arms. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that tossed in here, and I'll get the springs and everything tossed back in, and we'll just raise it all back in. Super easy kit in the rear. The front's pretty easy too, but you just gotta have some time and some energy, which I'm lacking, but plug and chug. Well, with my fire burning kind of out, I mean, obviously it's still putting out a lot of heat, but with my fire burning low, I think it's time to go ahead and call it for tonight. Now, I got the lower arms or the drop brackets in over here. Actually, I got both sides in, as you can see on the other side right there. But everything's bolted in tight. I probably honestly only have about an hour and a half yet to finish this, but I'm exhausted. I'm running out of fire. And I don't really like adding a bunch of fire. I try to make sure it's mostly out before I leave. But you can see this side's all done and everything. Super easy, actually. You can definitely do it one person in the rear of this. And I'm just going to keep plugging and chugging. So the rear shocks are going to get a bracket that bolts down into the lower shock bracket here. And then they come up and extend to here. We're going to try to retain some of the air ride in the rear. But I'm pumped. I'm excited. Ready to get this thing done, ready to move on and get back to some wheeling content. Actually, I do have all the parts. Rough Country has the HC steer kit on order for this, but I really want to get this thing done because there's a couple events I want to do, and they're coming up really quick. I don't want to say anything, but I would like to have this thing at Motorama. Definitely going to be a huge gamble. I don't think I'm going to make it, so don't quote me on that. I really hate to even say it, but I would like to get that to Motorama. But all right, I'm going to call it for tonight, and I'll pick back up in the morning. All right, I'm sorry, I fibbed you guys. As you can tell, I went ahead and tossed the rear springs in. Now, this isn't obviously finished, but I couldn't help but not leave here without getting a picture because who knows, maybe I won't feel good tomorrow, but I'm gonna go ahead. Well, we are back. I went ahead and actually tossed the coils in it yesterday. I didn't actually film it because the GoPro died, as you kind of seen in the last clip. But we got Mud Junkie 99 up here. He actually purchased the Excursion off me 100%. And he's dead set on getting these 41s. These are 41-inch tall Super Swampers off of his other Excursion on this thing stock. I've told him he's a goober, and it's not going to happen because that's on 38s over there and like 11 or 12 inches of lift. It's going to happen. We are going to make it happen, though. So I gave him the Sawzall here. He's got everything set up. He is going to cut into it. And again, this is just going to be his like off-road toy. So he has.
Kind of like how you got a Jeep. I want another Excursion.
Well, don't think you're going to compete with that.
I mean, after we get them back together, we're going to have to make a video, but.
Yeah, we'll definitely make a video.
This definitely is not going where everything.
Yeah, this thing's just insane. I mean, we will build this close. I'll help you as much as I can to get this close. But the problem is just sheer size, sheer weight, and it's just a big machine. So
It's still gonna look badass.
definitely, we got a little bit of plans in the works. I'm gonna try to get him to kick off his YouTube channel some more. He does have a YouTube channel. Definitely check him out on Instagram and everything. But I'll try to put in some footage of what he's doing here. But I gotta finish the Excursion or my Denali. I'm over here Excursion. There's so many Excursions now that I just want to get my Yukon Denali done because I have a bunch of Yukons too. Why do I do that to myself? I can't just buy one of something. I gotta have 5 of them. Like Jeeps. I think I got, what, 4 Jeeps? Like, I am just...
When you first got this, no, it's just getting wheels and tires. It's not going to get a lift a week later. It's been a 6-inch lift.
Yeah, I did actually say that I was not going to lift this thing, but here we are.
Hey, like I said, when's the last time you ever bought anything and didn't lift it?
The Civic. Back to work. One of the other things is this kit does actually retain factory the air suspension, so we are going to keep the rear airbags in here. I think I'm going to do something a little bit different, as something a little bit newer and nicer, but for now this is what we have, so this is what's going back in it. So I've got the shocks on, the shock mount on down here. Again, this does have the rear drop bracket. I don't know if I said that in yesterday's video or not, but you do drop the rear control arms on this. The other kits that I have done have not done that. The other thing is I'm going to have to try to find a location to put the ride height adjuster on, because obviously we're no longer here, but I do want it to read fine. I don't want to have lights on my dash, so I'm going to have to try to figure out how I'm going to get this to set. I already took measurements where it needs to be. So that is my main goal on that. But we are going to retain factory air on the rear of this. We're definitely going to get a new shock. So I got the coil spring in. Let's just get this thing back together and on the ground. The other thing is sway bar. We're going to run the rear sway bar in this, which I've never run. I don't ever usually run sway bars in any of my trucks. If you see them out in the streets, there's no sway bars in them, but I just drive sensible and knowing that I don't drive a sway bar. The other thing, the Jeep is the only one that you really notice that you don't have a sway bar. That gets kind of floppy. These bigger trucks, they don't usually do it, but I'm going to take the bars off eventually and get them powder coated, just not right now. So plug and chug. I gotta turn off my copyright. I'm not even gonna chance it. I did it in the earlier video. Let's just stop it for a quick. Alrighty, guys and girls. Well, I have got my rear, well, the rear of the truck. I don't want to talk about my rear in front of Cam. He gets a little excited, but I've got the rear done on here. Everything is tight except for one bolt. I have to do the drop down bracket for the rear cover here and the brake lines. As you can tell, you can't see it, but it is what it is. Everything is ready to drop down. Cam is over here making good headway. He's got the 41s on the front of this thing.
You said 40s won't fit on the stock.
They are definitely gigantic. They're actually bigger than the ones on my limo too, like I said before, but I mean, he's just over here making good headway. I'm excited to see what he's gonna do with the rear. He's not gonna be able to hit any kind of articulation or anything. Not right now, but stay tuned for that. Is a wrap for the lift here. So again, this is a 7-inch rough country lift kit with a 7.5-inch coilovers in the front. I couldn't be any more pleased with the way it sits. It sits absolutely perfect. I do have air pumped up in the rear, so the rear is up a little bit, as you can tell now. Versus, I don't know if you could see it in the video I shot earlier, but the rear is definitely up a little bit higher than it was factory. So I love this thing. This is absolutely my perfect setup. Not too tall, not too small. And the only thing I would do a little bit different is probably not have so much poke on the wheels. But I mean, it is what it is, guys and girls. I absolutely love this thing. I think it's gonna be the perfect daily driver, and I couldn't be any more excited. Again, I think I said it 500 times in this video. But there you guys have it. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Please comment, like, subscribe, and let me know what you guys want to see next. I know a bunch of you guys hated the squat, and I obviously don't like squat either. I don't think I've ever left anything squatted for more than like 2 weeks. I think the limo was the longest I left anything squatted. No, the Avalanche. I did leave the Avalanche squatted for like a month, but I'm loving this thing. Huge shout out again to Rough Country. Huge shout out to Ulsa Tools. I'm not sure if I put them in this video. If not, they're going to be in a different video, but their 1/2-inch set definitely helped me get this thing done. But I hope you guys enjoy. In the comment section, write Denali, and I will see you guys in an upcoming video. The Jeep's coming back, guys and girls. Stay tuned for that, because we're going to go outside and play, and we're going to get together with Street Speed 717 and RF Racing Bobby. So I hope you guys are excited for more fun content. I know I am. Take care. See you in the next one.